I want to say, first of all, thank you for having us down here tonight. I want to thank Tippah County. For those of you that don't know me, I am James Page, and I'm running for sheriff this year. I want to thank Mr. Holcomb for that wonderful story. He said, once you're a Marine, always a Marine. Once you're a soldier, you're always a soldier. He and I are the only two that are in the sheriff race, to my knowledge, that have retired from active duty. He retired from the Marine Corps, I retired from the Army. He said a lot of things. You know, he's run on the Republican ticket, and different people are doing whatever, different things. He pointed out some shortcomings that we have throughout the county. There are two judges that are running for judge. They pointed out a couple of things. We've got problems all through the county, and everybody knows that. In an interview that I did, as a matter of fact, I asked if this was going to be an interview type forum tonight. I was asked, what's wrong in Tippah County? And my response to that was, this is no longer Mayberry. This is not the time of my Uncle Troy Luna back in the 70s when he was a town marshal. We have a 4-lane highway to our south, we have one to our north, and very soon we're going to have one right up the middle. All the things that are happening in the big city are happening here now. They're just a few minutes from us. We can't sit back and respond to situations. We've got to have a department, we've got to have trained people that are going to be doing things to prevent crime from happening. A lot of folks that I talk to out there say, well, you know, I don't never need the sheriff, I don't know why I was getting involved in that. Bad things happen to good people. I had a very dear friend that was murdered on duty last year. And I talked to him the night that he was murdered. Bad things happen to good people. And we just can't stick our head in the sand anymore, and we can't ignore it. I had some sayings that some people made fun of me when I was sheriff that I brought with me from the military. As a matter of fact, some people said I had too much military in it. I felt that it wasn't too much military, but it was good, formal leadership training that caused me not to let any of my people get hurt, jailers, dispatchers, or officers, and inmates. See, when you arrest somebody, you take responsibility for anything that's going to happen to them. I was very hard on those that worked for me. And the reason that I was hard on those that worked for me is because they serve and protect the people of this county. And if you're not doing it for that reason, if you're not getting into law enforcement because you want to serve and protect, then you're in it for the wrong reason to start with. I've spent my adult life doing nothing but serving. We've got some good folks that are wanting to be sheriff this time. Mr. Holcomb said that he didn't think that I'd run this time. I said, well, I'm just not a real good politician. I kind of got hoodooed the last time. I run up there and was the first person to sign up on the first day. And those that don't want me in there got out there and got, well, you think about it. This time you got 4 people on the Democratic ticket. The last time I believe it was 12. And the reason for that is because I waited to the last minute, to the last day, and I decided that I wasn't going to play their game. And I ran, and nothing against Democrats, nothing against Republicans. I ran on the independent ticket. Now, you've got 4 guys that are on the Democratic ticket right now. You've got 2 guys that are on the Republican ticket. They have an election in August. And out of that election, there's going to come 1 Democrat and 1 Republican that's going to come to the general election in November. On November the 8th, the general election will have the Democrats, Republicans, and the independents all on 1 ballot. And I've done it that way for a reason. If you announce your intentions and that group that likes to control the county finds out what your intentions are, they're going to do something to try to thwart you or stop you because they know that you're not going to play ball with them. I don't play ball with them. Never did. Left here in '72, went in the Army, stayed gone for 20 years. They don't have any ties on me. There's some folks don't like me for that reason. I'm sorry. I love Tippah County. I love the people of Tippah County. I love our young people. Our young people are our future. Our elderly folks are our history. Our history and our future has got to be brought together, and we've got to prevent the garbage from happening in Memphis to happen in Tippah County. Somebody asked me, what are you going to do as a sheriff? I said, well, first of all, I'm going to ensure that everybody we got working down there is certified, they're trained, and they understand what my concept is about serving and protecting the people and citizens. The next thing I'm going to do is talk to the other elected officials and see if we can get something. If you look around Tippah County, folks, there's nothing for our young people other than high school sports. There's no theaters, there's no skating rings, there's nothing for young folks to do. And we can't count on the schools to keep sports going on all the time. There's some kids that aren't interested in sports. We need to get something going for them. Can the sheriff do that by himself? No, but the sheriff can be a vocal point to talk to the other elected officials, to talk to some of the people that control the money in this county. Newsflash, we've got more millionaires in Tippah County than any of the surrounding areas. And some of those folks that's got all that money won't mind spending, investing in the future of our county, and that's our young people. I was asked, why do you do this? And I had to think about it, and it's really a hard question. Why do I put my friends through this election process? Why do I put my family through this election process? Why do I put myself through this election process? It's because I love Tippah County. I sincerely love this county. This is my home. There's 5 generations of my folks out in Jacobs Chapel. I won't make any political promises. I'm not, I heard one guy in the last circle of politics, first thing out of his mouth when he got up there to give his speech was, I am not a politician. And I stood there and scratched my head. I said, now this guy's running for alderman, he's running for mayor, he's running for justice court judge, he's running for police chief, he's running. If you're not a politician, what are you, bud? But that's just my opinion. I'm not a politician. I won't tell them what they want to hear. I will break my back to help you. I have sat and cried with moms and grandmothers whose children and young people were hooked on drugs, methamphetamine, crack cocaine. Some people have got the wrong mindset about crack cocaine and crystal methamphetamine. It's a drug, it's illegal. People that are selling it, in my opinion, the judges, circuit judges, should implement the full penalty, 30 years and $1 million fine for anybody that's selling drugs. That's my opinion. That's what the state statute says. It's very frustrating for a sheriff to work on a guy that's from Tennessee, selling drugs to our kids for 2 years, catch them, get them in court, get them tried for a jury. The jury finds them guilty, and the judge says 10 years, 5 suspended, 5 dismissed. The statute says 30 years and $1 million fine. I think if you make an example out of one drug dealer and you give him 30 years and $1 million fine, it might make some of them others think about it. There's nothing that's tearing down our society anymore right now than people that are selling that garbage to our young people. Our young people, one time on methamphetamine, they're hooked. One time on crack cocaine, they're hooked. It's a disease, folks, and it's the smart kids that's getting caught up in it because they think they're too smart to get addicted. It is a disease. I have fought it for the last 20 years. It's a disease. And we don't need to turn our back on them. We don't need to forget our future. That's our young people. And I'm just asking you, when you go to the polls, I know August is coming up and everybody's thinking about that. I'm looking in November. There will be 5 men on the ballot for sheriff in November. There will be 1 Republican, 1 Democrat, and 3 independents. I'm asking you to elect James Page as your sheriff. Thank you and God bless you.